Where's brunch? We going live. Forget your opinion, it's right from our eyes. Get the burgers that come with the fries. Where Brunch Podcast, come and subscribe. Where's brunch? Plenty of jokes. Brocky and Trina, they speaking on mo. Music, relationships, pop culture. Good food and convo, just send me the low.
I thought Break for Love was about to come
Nah.
Because I was about to. And then I thought the Percolate was about to come. I was like, top on Percolate.
Yo, welcome to episode 78 of the Where's Brunch Podcast.
Hey, time for the Percolator.
Yo.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
And rest in peace to Walter Scott of the Whispers.
Yes.
And Eddie Lewis, who was known for the Follow Me situation that we just played. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to both of them.
Follow Me.
Classics.
I don't even know what year that came out, but I just know that I was singing it for most of the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, it's just joints. You know what I'm saying? And then we grew up on the Whispers, of course.
And we grew up on the Whispers.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, the video that they had where they're all in the suits and they're walking.
Yeah, come on,
that's a constant meme.
Crazy.
It's a meme on Instagram. And remember, Eric Roberson and Zoe and them did a remake, and they dressed like that, and they did the tribute, like the homage to them.
Yeah, I remember that. That's dope. That wasn't too long ago.
No, that wasn't too long ago.
You looking like he about to jump on your back right now. What's going on? Yo, I don't mind opening the show up with the rest in peace when we can celebrate them like that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not like a sad thing. It's a joyous occasion celebrating those people. Man. It's dope.
Really, really, really good music. Great contributions. Like,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
How
are you?
Well, I am vacayed out and back.
Vacayed out.
I feel good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Come on, give me a little bit more than that. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? You know what I'm saying? How was your week?
I'm vacayed out. My week was 10K status.
Yeah, you got the 10K status, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to that.
But honestly,
skipping ahead a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Doctor's appointments this week.
Okay. Regular people stuff.
Regular people shit. Stuff. Yeah. So I feel rested. I feel like I've been getting sleep.
That's good.
I feel like I've been eating. I've been juicing this week, and it's been really, really good. My intestinal tract is happy.
All right. Yeah. This is our. I think our demo can relate to these things.
Yes.
We about 10 minutes in talking about intestinal tracts already. When you're talking about intestinal tracts, 10 minutes into the pot, it's about to be something.
Yes. So yeah.
Good, baby. It's good to hear. I mean, I'm around you every day, but I still like to tap in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm doing great. You asked, I appreciate you asking. I feel great. Rested. Everyone knows sleep is you know what I'm saying, is up there for me. So I'm rested. We are off of the Tuscany trip, which we'll talk about in a little bit. You know what I mean? Yes. So I'm excited about potting today.
Yeah. It's been 2 weeks.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we had vacation and everything.
Yeah, we traveled.
So yeah, here we are, and I'm excited for the pod these days because I get to wear my sneakers on the pod, because I don't get to really wear my sneakers like that in Fort Myers because there's no competition here.
And we don't go nowhere.
Well, in the summer it's rough because it's rain season.
Yeah.
And it's really tough to plan things and do things because it's torrential downpour every single day.
It really is.
Torrential downpour every single day.
You can watch the wave coming in.
We watch it. The front I was just talking to my mom when I was walking today. The front of the house could be sunny, blue skies, and you walk to the back of the house and it's look like it's a apocalypse.
Yep, the end of the world is coming.
Yeah. So I get to wear my sneakers, and then on top of the weather, like I said, no one's really doing that. Nothing out here in Fort Myers when it comes to sneakers. Yeah. I'm sure you guys out there, we have any Fort Myers viewers, listeners,
give us a holler.
Give us a holler. Let's schedule a show up. Show up at the same place I'm gonna be at or something. Give me some competition, something.
Sneakers.
I haven't even been buying sneakers, man. It's crazy, man.
Hey, it's
so
okay.
I look forward to the pod for that reason these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got my Asics on today.
I see you.
Thanks for quietly asking. So listen, there's a lot to talk about.
It is a lot to talk about. 2 weeks and the world has changed.
Yeah. The world has changed. The world ain't thinking about us, y'all. I'm telling you.
The world ain't thinking about us, but it definitely is changing. I mean, the world is still on fire.
Yeah.
Or the United States.
The United States is on fire.
I mean, there's other countries that are also on fire, literally.
Yeah. And some countries stay on fire.
Yeah, it's just been, you know, like what do we do? Every day you check the news and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Or you try not to check the news and you just get the alert on your phone and you're like, for real?
Well,
like,
let's talk about some, you know what I'm saying, the obvious, whatever that everybody's talking about. The Diddy trial is over. The Diddy trial is over. All right. Do you want to set this up or do I set this up? I think I got a screenshot because we want to be accurate in you know what I'm saying, what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Let me see. I thought I had a damn screenshot of Diddy's charges. Well, he had 5 charges, right? Mm-hmm. Let me see if I have that, baby. I thought I saved that somewhere.
Mm-hmm. It's so exciting that.
Oh, here it is.
This was like OJ level event.
All right, so count 1, right? Count 1, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. Count 2, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. Count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. Count 4, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. Count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution, guilty. So the 2 very minor charges that still carry some time with him. Yes. If he gets, you know, depending on how the judge is feeling that day. He got guilty on the lighter joints and whatever and all the heavy stuff. He's the idea of him spending his life in prison is gone. It's a wrap now.
Right, and he still maintains his finances. He still maintains his empire of fortune.
Yeah, whatever that might be right now.
Yeah, whatever that might be right now.
So everybody was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal. How do you feel about it? Or what did you think about it? Not necessarily how you feel about it.
Wait, what did you say? What did I think?
What do you think about it?
Just the patriarchy. Also, let me also say this. I will say the jurors. I will say the jurors.
Really?
I will say a jury of your peers. And I don't know if they'll do interviews. It might be a year or 2 before they decide to sit down and talk about the case. But my first thing is the jurors. Now, I understand the prosecution had to present the case.
I was about to say, what are you implying when you say you thinking the jurors got it wrong based on the evidence?
I would say the jurors maybe just didn't get it. Clearly some did get it because they were deadlocked at first. Remember when the announcement first came, they were sure on 2 charges.
They were sure on 4
and
the one which is the RICO.
Yeah, that was the situation where they told the judge that they were locked in, that there was a certain one side was dead convinced and the other side was not convinced, and they felt like they reached an impasse and they weren't going to.
And he said, "Get back to work."
Right, and I knew when he said, "Get back to work," somebody's gonna fold, and then it's gonna, because they just want to get it over with.
I think it was one juror.
Yeah, somebody folds because they want. If you've ever done jury duty and been in a situation, I have, and everybody is tired and everybody wants to go home.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mine was 40 days. I did one for 40 days in DC.
That's a lot.
That it is.
I've never been on a trial before.
So people are tired.
Yeah, of course.
And these people have been doing it for longer. They were 60 days in, or
it was what, almost 8 weeks.
Almost 8 weeks. It's the holiday week.
Yeah.
The fourth is coming. They don't want to come back no more.
So
I think that was a major pull. I mean, we always know that there are going to be people who have their preconceived notions of things.
Yeah.
People who have their biases. That's what an everyday citizen is. They have their own notions. So their interpretation of what was said and what was presented to them, they developed their thought process on the case and the charges.
Right.
So my thing is the jury. I'm not saying that they got it wrong. I'm saying that because they came back and they asked for definitions a couple of times, they came back. That's asked,
regular though.
Right. They asked for testimony to read again and things like that. There was clearly, some things going on.
But they were doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Doing what they're supposed to be doing. But ultimately, the jury, they made a decision.
I think that the prosecution, I think that they had a shabby case. And I'm saying that in hindsight, of course. However, my thing is, while the trial was going, remember, I said to you, I think they're just building up. When everyone was like, they're not making the case, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, I said, they're just building up. I think they're shaping, they're showing his character and all the things, because they weren't addressing the charges so much, except for the ones that he's guilty on, with the prostitution stuff. I thought that they were building up to get to something else that was going to show the charges that they had against him, but they didn't. I was surprised when it ended, when the prosecution rested. I was surprised because I was like, they never got into all the stuff that they said that he did. They only showed that he's a freak, he's a wild dude. He, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't about what he did to Cassie and all that kind of stuff. Not the abuse part. It wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? That was all showing his character as well. And yeah, okay. He hired some prostitutes. They came in and did the shit that he wanted. Escorts, whatever you want to call them.
Entertainment.
Men of the night. So yeah.
I mean, I understand. I feel like for the RICO charge, for this to be racketeering and for this to be a conspiracy with a group of people, then hello, where was KK? His assistant, his chief of staff. Why did she not appear? Why was she never questioned? Why is she missing from this whole thing? Because that's two. Right. And she was holding the bag.
And they had the white boy, right? The one that they caught. Yeah, he got immunity.
The drug mule.
The drug mule or whatnot. Didn't he work for his company? So that's one person. Whatever. I don't think they really showed this big empire of crime.
I don't understand, and maybe people didn't cooperate. Maybe we don't know what was going on behind the scenes. But if you wanted to prove that Bad Boy was being used to further proliferate his desires, then the staff, the current staff. I mean, they did interview the CFO. I think he was no longer the CFO. But no KK. The number one person that everybody was mentioning, well, KK said this. Well, KK did that. Well, KK, nothing.
They never called her.
They never, ever. And we were talking about there were blind defendants or secret defendant number 2 and number 3.
Like anonymous or
whatever. But we don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything else about that. I don't know if that's a real thing or not.
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is at this point. It's sad. It's I thought, but because maybe we are people of a different, understanding of legal proceedings, I thought that the bribery and all of that stuff was actually proved. I thought that was proved. I thought it was very clear that he came with a bag of money and paid the angel, the guy who worked at the hotel, the Intercontinental, the $100,000, and they ran the cash through the machine, and he took the money on the spot. Right. So it's like, okay, so what was that?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the testimonies of Capricorn about her getting kidnapped and him making her go to the scene. Right. I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Damn. You really have to comb through the case and see the intricacies, the maneuvers, the strategies, because they can just take out something that just completely eliminates what this person said, or move this around, so now that doesn't matter, and so on and so forth. Whatever.
There could be evidence that was pulled that wasn't allowed to be revealed.
Right.
Remember, they struck some information. They wanted the jurors not to listen to something.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things. Did that dude who's running his mouth ever testify? What's his name? The one that's on all the shows. His former bodyguard.
Oh, nah.
No, he didn't.
Nah.
Okay.
No, Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Gene Deal. He wasn't part of it. I think he went up to the courthouse. That's about it.
Yeah.
All the shit he been talking all these years.
How
he
did
ain't got nothing to do with the court.
Get called
Listen,
to testify.
be clear. I think it was shown that Diddy is a complete menace. We said it on the show before, and I'll repeat it now.
10 toes down.
In or out, I don't give a shit what his status is. The nigga is an absolute menace. However, when it comes to the justice system, they can't just lock you up just because you're a menace. They have to prove the charges, and that's up to the prosecution and whatnot. And the defense was very confident because they arrested without calling
a single.
They didn't call
person.
anybody, yo.
And his ass
That's
ain't
gangster.
get on the stand.
Of course not.
I wanted him to get on the stand, and I know his ego. It killed him that he couldn't get on the stand. And say what
I
he wanted to say.
bet. I mean, if I had some crimes against me, I think my natural inclination would be to get on the stand because I know, especially if I feel like I'm innocent. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk. I feel like I'm a decent person, and I want to get up there. But that's not just this. They're gonna tear you apart.
He's not a decent person.
Well, and even if he thinks he can fake it. Like the prosecution's gonna get there and rip them apart.
Yeah,
and that's why they never put people up on the stand.
I wish she would have got on the stand, but we couldn't have that joy wasn't given.
That
to
joy, woo, man! Listen, so he did get He guilty of those two charges, which carry a maximum of 10 years apiece.
10 years apiece.
10 years apiece. So what did you say the prosecution was asking for?
The prosecution was asking for anywhere from, it was like 51 to 60 months of time.
Right.
And allowing
just 4 years and some change.
With adding
4 to 5 years.
But still adding time served for the 10 months that he's currently been. And his defense is asking for 21 to 24 months or 21 to 36
take off
months.
Time served.
And then take off the time served. And the analysis on, this is his quote unquote first conviction.
Yes.
Even though he's been to court for other things, but he was acquitted of other shit.
Well, yeah.
So
was he acquitted or did he just have like
the Shine
being
thing.
sued and stuff?
The Shine thing.
Right.
With J-Lo.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah. So
do you think that the judge denying bail, which he tried to get bail, he said, "Let me go home and wait for the sentencing."
He wanted to freak off for the court.
Right. He had a freak off already scheduled.
He is not done. Okay. Jane is waiting. He still pays her rent. He didn't send her a message like, "Hey, get ready."
You got the black woman delegation on your ass, brother. I can't do nothing for you. Do you think that the judge denying bail is any type of indication of how they will be during sentencing?
I mean, Subramanian, that's his name, right? Judge Subramanian.
Baby,
Arun Subramanian, I think his name, something like that. I think that he listened to all that shit. He's like, you're not a good person. You are known to witness tamper. You are known to do all these things. You have a violent. Your own lawyer said that.
Right.
So I believe, I think this is an indication that some time is going to happen.
So right.
I feel like it'll be a year.
You think so? That's low. That's low then.
Because you know why? Because the 10 months time served. If he only gets the 21 months, say he gets the 21 months,
right?
He got 10 months. Time served.
Understood. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if the judge is looking at him and saying, "No, he's a menace. I'm not putting him out in the street. Y'all 12, y'all judged him out, however, and y'all came up with what y'all came up with, and we got to go through that because of the justice system. But I'm looking at him saying he should not be on the street. Is that an inclination that he's going to get a long sentence from this judge? Because if he felt like he was harmless, maybe he would have let him go.
One could hope.
One could hope. I like the 10 toes down.
One could hope.
I like it, Trina.
But I know what the patriarchy is. And, money talks, pressure talks.
Yeah.
Bullshit walks.
We got a few minutes here. The patriarchy, is it just a man thing or is it a man and money thing?
Oh, it's definitely both.
It's man and money thing. Okay, I'm about to say because I don't know how much the patriarchy has helped me.
This dude is friends with the president. I'm still shocked that the president hasn't made a comment yet.
Well, he had to let the justice system play out and
it's
stuff.
Coming.
And then,
it's coming. I mean, he got other foolishness going on right now.
He might be like, listen, send Diddy home. As soon as he gets sentenced, send him home. I left something at his crib. I can't get in there unless he's there. He knows where it is. I left my belt over there one time. I need to get my Gucci belt back. Get Trump his Gucci belt back.
Listen, everybody was staying in Trump towers, Trump residences. Listen, he been making money off of all these stars. But what I will say is shame on the industry.
Ooh, shame on the industry.
Shame on the industry.
I like where you're going with this. Tell me, talk to me.
The silence, the not saying anything, the names that were named, the leaderships that were aware of all his behaviors.
Oh, you mean while it was happening?
While it was happening,
right?
And during the trial, shame on the industry.
Because silence while it was happening is one thing.
Yeah.
Silence during the trial is a different thing. Yep. Shame on them for both. Is what you're saying. Yeah, I can dig it.
Shame on the industry. Yeah, all of them. Jimmy Iovine, all them folks. Dr. Dre is only one step away from whatever, because really, we know what he did to Sister D. All of them folks, they all knew. They was all watching. They ain't say nothing.
I know it's tough to do this. What I'm about to do is from your perspective.
Yeah.
Should we be surprised?
No, we shouldn't, because money talks.
They're all capitalists.
Yeah, and they're looking for a new single out of him.
They have a different set of rules.
Yeah, he's made too many people money.
Yes.
Yeah.
All they care about is money.
It's disgusting.
And we'll get into more of this.
It's disgusting.
During your unhinged news segment, which I can't wait for today. All right, so let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Goodbye, Diddy.
More on Diddy. Pause later. More on Diddy later. We have, something to talk about there. But speaking of lawsuits, Fat Joe
continues.
Fat Joe got a lawsuit from his ex hype man. He's pulling them into court. He's saying that. What did he say about him?
He said that over a span of time, he watched or participate. He watched Fat Joe have relations with underage girls.
That's right. He did say that. Yeah.
And then he also said that Fat Joe forced him to have sex with.
He said, like over 4,000 encounters with some, I don't know
like
who.
He had a number that was real high.
A crazy number
that he's saying he was forced to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow. How does this work?
Yeah, Fat Joe got he got some problems there. I mean, I don't know anything about it, of course. I don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't even know who the hype man is.
We don't even know who he was. But we do know when these charges show up, it's not always just about the charges or going through the justice system. It's the reputation. It's just it being out there and the impact that it has on you just from it being announced.
We're just looking at Fat Joe like, you just said you was bullying. You bullied your whole 7th grade and stole everybody.
70 people.
You took everybody's sneakers. So you made this man
everybody's sneakers.
You made this man have sex 4,000 times.
Yo, son.
I'm sorry. That's what
you know how gangster you got to be to make somebody have sex over 4,000 times.
And the dude was counting. Like,
he was counting
4,000.
How do you come up with these those? That's a lawyer number.
Listen,
you know that lawyer came up with that. This 4,000 sound good?
How many years were you a hype man? So about how many women per year were you sleeping with? Okay, let's put it up to 4,000.
4,000, son.
Dude, come on.
So the word is, you know, he got that new podcast with Jadakiss.
Yes.
The word is that I don't know, they had a sponsor. I can't remember who it was. But the logo is no longer on the videos.
Damn, the money is leaving.
That's how it impacts. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. Right. I haven't watched the pod, you know what I'm saying, like that. But they're saying that logo is now no longer on the videos. And that's what happens. These companies with the money, they have to protect. They feel like they have to protect. They're not going to write. It's rare to see a company riding with somebody like that.
They'll leave you in a heartbeat.
Heartbeat, yo.
Look how they left Diddy.
They left. Diddy had to walk away from Revolt.
Yeah, he had to walk away from things. They're like, listen, we got to take your name off.
And Revolt is doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Revolt. You know what I'm saying? Holla at us. You know what I mean?
Hey.
You know what I mean?
They
doing pods and stuff over there.
As long as he don't try to come back.
He gone. Okay. He ain't going back over there. Right. He gonna try.
Okay, holler.
Yeah, so Fat Joe, man. I mean, we're not a whole lot to talk about with this, but it is a thing that's going on right now, so you want to cover it. Good luck, brother.
These lawsuits, man.
Yo, this shit is crazy.
It's wild right now. It's wild.
The Me Too movement kicked off all this, right?
Yeah. What? Was this Me Too?
No, not this. But I'm saying the accountability of rich or wealthy men in the industry. Was that kicked off by Me Too? Because wasn't the Me Too movement and then that whole New York, I think it was, did the whole...
Now New York did that thing.
That law thing, like, you know, if you had something that happened to you back in the day, now's your time.
Yeah.
Wasn't it off of the Me Too movement?
It was a little bit after because
it was after
24.
Sure.
Yeah, so maybe, yes, I would say, but it's just a mess. Because now everybody's suing everybody and airing the dirty laundries. Listen, we don't need all this dirty laundry because Joe probably got to explain to his wife right now about what this dude is saying. I ain't even read the thing because I would love to see what he gives the details of in the document.
And it could be a complete money grab.
And it could be. He could be a disgruntled former employee that maybe felt like he didn't get paid the money he should have got.
What is he, a Dominican dude?
I don't know.
Believe Dominican men. What we doing? Hashtag.
Oh jeez.
Yo, we should be laughing at this.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But that's a double standard that we all have to live with. Right, when it happens to women, it's a completely different feel and energy and vibe to the conversation. When it happens to a man, we laugh.
Like, look at that guy with Tyler Perry.
Oh man, did we talk about? We didn't. That happened when we were out, huh?
Yeah, that happened.
We didn't put Tyler Perry up on the board.
Listen,
Tyler Perry.
Listen, it's the days of the billionaire to fall.
Listen. Tyler Perry has been accused of buttering up some flapjacks at work.
At work. Listen.
Excuse me.
This is Oprah's boy.
Yo, he said, listen, my guy, you cute.
If you act right. I'm going to give you a role.
Oh, let me see that script you got. Oh, that script sounds good.
I can get this done for you. I can get you a check. I can change your life.
Yep.
And I like biscuits and blowjobs for my birthday.
Biscuits and blowjobs.
For my birthday.
That sounds like it should be a holiday. I'm gonna write that down. But
listen,
some biscuits, and I want gluten in my biscuits too, yo.
I'll make you some gluten-free.
No, like I said, I want gluten. Yo, Tyler Perry has been buttering some gluten-free biscuits, and the person wants some money.
Listen, Tyler Perry's sending text messages that he should not be sending.
Yo, what's wrong with people?
Tyler Perry,
why do they not get this?
He want to be a side piece. He said he want to be with somebody who already with somebody, so he ain't got to worry about the emotional type of connection thing. He just want to be able to get his thing off when he wants to, because he hasn't been touched in a while.
Man, listen. That's what he said to that kid.
He texted
I ain't been touched in a while.
I ain't been touched in
He
a
said,
while.
speaking of touching, when you see me at the office, don't touch me.
Yeah, don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
Don't
look
like,
at me. Don't trying to go get a hug or nothing.
Because the other staff don't need to know what special relationship we got going on.
Player.
Listen,
So
buying folks trucks.
What is what is the guy asking for? A bunch of money, like some hundreds of mils?
260 mil.
$260 million, a lot of money.
Yeah, I think he is suing Tyler Perry Studios as well because it was a work.
It was a work thing, yeah. And it's like once did he lose his job or he quit?
So he was killed. He was killed off.
Oh, okay.
And he said that Tyler Perry told him that when he doesn't like somebody or when he has a problem with somebody, he
kill
him off the show.
Right.
But he also pushed the guy's script that he was trying to get done with ABC, but the guy is saying that he slow rolled it because Tyler Perry knew that he had already a signed contract or deal that he couldn't do anything new for another 2 or something years. So that would basically just hang dude on a string. In order to get his show done for 2 years, he was going to have to put up with the groping, the getting in the bed with him when he trying to sleep because he drank too much, the looking at his cheeks and pulling his pants down and all the things that Tyler was
buttering them biscuits
and asking for biscuits
and blowjobs
for his birthday.
Damn, son.
The text messages.
I'm not going to name this episode "Biscuits and Blowjobs."
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, the text messages were
he put the screenshots in like Tyler.
Had Tyler come out as gay?
No, but
we all knew it, but we assumed it.
Even when he had the baby with that Ethiopian chick, we was all like, yeah, when they broke up, we was like, yeah, he has a son. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we knew y'all wasn't gonna get married. Okay.
It's a lot of gay dudes out there acting like they're not gay.
That's wild though.
Yeah.
But what is Oprah saying though?
Man, Oprah, yo.
What is Oprah saying?
That's a great segue because I thought about adding her to this, but is Oprah's reputation? How do I want to say this? Is Oprah allowed to cook for the cookout? I'm talking about figuratively. I'm just using that as a. Is she? Do we want Oprah around? Do we still rock with Oprah?
I mean, she has some questionable friendships.
Yes.
But she's a billionaire. And just like you said, that whole money crew people thing, they got a whole different kind of understanding with each other. And we will probably never understand that understanding. So we want to still have Oprah.
When she shows up with her macaroni and cheese, are we putting that out for service or are we going to stuff that in the back of the oven?
We'll probably put it out.
We'll put it out?
We still want to be interviewed by Oprah. We still want her to hard launch your book. If she picks your book, if she picks one of your things and puts it in her magazine or says it's one of her favorite things, you are guaranteed a springboard out of here.
I understand that, but she has been behind a lot of nonsense. She got both the doctor dudes. Dr. Phil was trash. Dr. Oz is trash. She's.
But back when she, I think she made a statement about she didn't know that they was like that in the beginning when she first interacted with them. They didn't act like asses like that.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
You confess somebody,
made the pick,
and then they totally flipped the script.
Yes, but you still made the pick. In an organization, you got to be held accountable for that.
Gotcha.
In the black organization,
don't forget Ellen.
Oh, Ellen's her girl too?
I feel like she soft launched Ellen.
Ellen's a maniac as well. And then what's her homegirl's name? The Bizarro Oprah. Gail King.
Bizarro Oprah. Listen, we can't be talking about Oprah and Gail. I know I need an interview. Gail
lied. She acted like she went into outer space. She didn't go to outer space. We saw the door flap open when they walked up to it. It's a lie.
They just went up and came right back down.
They could have just been on a trampoline. Just bounce up and come back down. Like, come on, son. Oprah's attached to that. Gail, come on, son. That was all a lie. It was all a lie. Oprah got some questionable. Bezos is her guy, right? She was at the Bezos wedding.
I was wondering why she was at the wedding, but so was Usher. What was he doing at the wedding? He didn't perform.
Yeah.
Shit.
Usher can only show up if he's performing.
He's singing a song.
Oh shit! What your broke ass doing here?
Why you there?
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, hey man, listen, Oprah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Okay.
These people are weird.
Well, do you want to segue into
Bezos?
the weird wedding?
Jeff Bezos rented. Where is it? Venice. He rented an entire town, apparently.
Yes.
Oh, she pulling the phone out.
And the people were pissed. Okay. They put a sign out. See, we were in Italy during the time of this go down. So I saw the screen of the people in Italy laying out a sign that says something like, if you can rent this whole town, and you can pay more in taxes, or just some stuff. I can't remember the exact, but yes. Lauren Sanchez. That's
the girl he married.
Yes, and Bezos got
I can only
married.
imagine what that prenup. That prenup got to be about 100 pages.
Yeah, because he gave up half of his millions to Mackenzie once their affair was blasted.
Right.
So as it was, they met each other when they were both married to other people.
Right.
She was married to a Hollywood super agent who springboarded Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's careers.
Okay. Good Will Hunting. Howard.
Yes.
One of the best.
And she was a broadcaster. She did interviews and TV and stuff like that. And we know Bezos was married to Mackenzie. So apparently her estranged brother got wind of the secret situation and leaked her text messages with Bezos to the Inquirer.
Hacked her phone, probably, somehow.
And got all the goods.
Right.
And so, as a result of that, they both doubled down. They both announced their divorces. And they stayed together. And here we are. She is the ultimate come up.
Right.
Most people are saying she is the ultimate gold digger. But, hey. Whatever she's doing, she's got him feeling good. He no longer looks like the cardboard box guy. Now
cardboard box guy?
Yeah, he was the cardboard box guy. Like,
Word.
yeah, he was. Like the khaki pants, the blue shirt,
Yeah,
and a cardboard box.
I can dig it.
Yes, with the balding.
Yeah.
Now, Jeff Bezos is pumped. He's ripped. He got a personal trainer. He got a bald head. He's walking around shirtless. He's had a little work. Little shinier, little smoother.
Little skin is a little tighter.
A little taut. That's what they call it.
Right.
Taut. So apparently she's doing something to make him, feel good. And they are now married. They took over the town or the city of Venice. They rented some hotels and all the water taxis and pissed all the residents off by doing this. They had the who's who. They had the Oprahs. They had the Kardashians. They had Tom Brady, Leonardo DiCaprio. All the single dudes was out. They were out. Leo or Orlando Bloom, who recently broke up with Katy Perry, was apparently on the serious prowl during this whole wedding weekend. Yeah,
didn't she just break up with somebody?
Just broke up.
Orlando, right?
Yes, that's him.
Yeah. She was on stage crying or something.
Yeah, so they just broke up, and he's looking at Kim Kardashian like she's an option, and she's supposed to be friends.
Who's looking at Kim Kardashian?
Orlando Bloom was photographed.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
With them being flirty to each other.
Kim Kardashian is in her white boy season, so you might have a chance.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be her girl. They were just having coffee like a week ago.
These people
with her mama. So whatever. So that is the basis of it. The
wedding was between $47 and $56 million.
I'm trying to understand. Like, what do we need to do?
Rent a whole town?
Rent a whole town for this wedding? Like, was that really, really needed? Because she is now looking like the Catwoman. Her plastic surgeon could bring it down because it's going up. Like, she had Kris Jenner there.
Right.
Kris Jenner got a facelift. Kris Jenner looks rejuvenated. She doesn't look like the Catwoman. So
You know the Kardashians got the best doctors. Yo.
these people need to start sharing their doctors with each other and helping each other out. Don't have
Some
your
of
friend
y'all
out here
look
looking crazy. Yeah, just looking crazy. Just looking like, what? How much money are you worth now? So, you know, she's come up. She's now the billionaire's wife. She's got access. We'll see. I think that she's gonna stay in it for the long haul. I don't think she's gonna mess this up. I think she's gonna stay with him unless he gets wooed by a new, younger version of her that, you know.
She now has what the black folks call generational wealth.
Yeah. How about that? How about
man.
it? So a lot of people were there. The token black friends were there, Oprah and Gail. Then we had Usher there. We're still trying to figure out what he was doing there. I'm trying, and we said the Kardashians already. Brady,
Yeah.
You know,
It's all
the who's who of the who's who.
You know how these things go, man.
You know,
I'm just bugging off of him renting an entire town. It's kind of crazy.
It's the smugness of it all.
Now, that is $57 million. So I'm sure that town could use that money. So that's not the worst thing in the world.
I guess.
For inconvenience for however many days, 4 days I think it was, something like that.
But still,
what are they going to do with that money?
When you talk about Venice and you renting all all the water taxis, these people are trying to get around and get to work and do these things, and your wedding is holding up everybody else's life.
It's like last weekend when I was trying to go to the store and I pulled out and there was a parade going by. I was pissed. I got somewhere I gotta go to 7-Eleven. This is a goddamn parade.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, man?
But I mean,
rich people do rich people shit.
Yeah, and now she's writing big checks. She's writing big donations. She's establishing philanthropic organizations. She is doing everything. She never got to work again. And the prenup is probably beautiful.
Yeah.
Gotta look up the prenup.
Yeah,
to see,
come on, man.
Because he didn't have no prenup with McKinsey.
He learned from that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be straight either way.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? At that point, it's a business. You know what I mean? Agreement. I mean, it's a business agreement. Period. Like, you know, marriage is business, right? But when you get to that level, it's a different level of business.
They might see each other once a month.
Right. Right.
She gonna do what she do. He's doing what he does.
Right.
And then they come back together, take a couple pictures, attend a gala, and then boom, go on about their business.
Right. She turns her head, you know what I'm saying, while he's out there doing whatever he does.
Doing what he's doing. I don't care.
She good.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
The life of
speaking of royalty, let me stop. Beyonce had a little concert mishap. Let's just, you know what I'm saying, touch on this real quick. Maybe we have something to talk about with it. So she's on her tour and she's in Houston, her hometown.
Yes.
And part of her tour is this car that's floating above the crowd, and she's up there doing the Beyonce thing.
Yes, like she did for Renaissance when she came out in a horse, y'all.
Okay, that's right. She did have the horse before, didn't she?
She had a horse before.
Side note, I saw somebody online have the back of the Renaissance album, then the back of the Cowboy Carter album. And then so the Renaissance album was the head of the horse and the front of the horse. The Carter album was like the middle of the horse. So they're like, what album is next? Is going to be the end of this.
Is it? So we've heard, okay, let's talk about this.
Let's go.
Okay, so we've heard that it could be a South chopped and screwed rap album.
Oh shit! Houston style
chopped and screwed album is one of the possibilities. Because you know Beyonce does her little rap thing.
Yeah, she does.
Her song.
I think that would be really risky on her behalf to do that.
People would love it, wouldn't they?
It's just not a mass. It's a very niche thing.
Yeah,
chopped and screwed. Like, I don't listen to that.
Well,
shit.
they said down south, southern, but you know, because
so
she's been rocking grills.
He's speculating. Go.
And then the other is rock.
Okay.
Because she did do her concert and she wore the Tina Turner shirt and she was tapping her chest and she said she didn't want to leave and all this stuff. So people are saying it's rock. So we don't know.
I would love it. I would love for her to make a traditional country album now. I would love that. I would love for her to just spite them because they came up with a new category. Was it the Grammys or was it the Country Music Awards?
It was the Grammys.
It was the Grammys came up with a traditional country music award, which is basically redlining country music award.
Yeah.
Right? They just said, we want y'all niggas over there. We see what y'all doing. We're going to put y'all into the contemporary or whatever they're going to call it. And then the classic country music will be white only.
It's real trifling when she's so great that they got to end the category that she won in so that she never has the opportunity.
Yes, I agree 1,000%.
Yes.
Paired with, they are so ungreat.
Yes.
They're so insecure that they have to do something like this to hold on to whatever they got. The genre came from black people to begin with.
Like most things.
Like all things. But anyway, I digress.
We digress.
She's flying through the air on the car.
Yes.
And one of the car started tilting.
Yes.
One of the things, whatever, something gave out somewhere.
Yeah.
And they had to slowly get her back to the ground. I think in the middle of the crowd, right? They let her down.
She got to a point where she says stop. She says stop. And they just lowered it slowly down. To get her down.
That's scary as hell, man.
Yeah, because she's used to going out into the crowd. She's been doing this for city after city after city after city. Somebody got fired.
Somebody got
fired. You always know when the mishap happens, like the mirrors from the Renaissance tour when the robots flipped around the wrong way and she had to like dip and dodge.
Oh, that happened?
That happened.
Yeah.
Somebody got fired for that.
Yeah, you already know.
It's just the reality. She is a perfectionist. She goes over stuff 10 billion bajillion times. They say she is nonstop on rehearsals and she reads through everything.
Yeah, they said she's very meticulous like that.
Her creative
she's
control.
In a lot. Yeah.
Yes, she's got creative control. So for this to happen, it's like, yo, y'all can't be doing that. But she leaned into it. She put out a TikTok.
She leaned into it at the concert too.
Yes, at the concert.
Yeah, she like laughed it off and said something like, y'all would have caught me or something like that.
Yeah, she said, I know y'all would have caught me. She put out an Instagram reel after it happened, and it was her leaning. It was the lean in the car, and they had a song and all the stuff. She did like a quick reel, and it was dope. It was really dope. But hey, these are the things. And today, she's in DC.
Oh, really? For another show?
Tonight is Cowboy Carter. I believe it's the first night of Cowboy Carter on the 4th of July.
DC gets down for Beyonce. So she's doing a couple of shows there?
Yes.
I'm assuming? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they go crazy for her.
Oh, I saw a girl training in front of she made a reel in front of the Lincoln Memorial. That she was training for Cowboy Carter. And we understood. They were like, we understand. We get it. So, yeah. And shout out to Blue Ivy for just coming and stepping on y'all necks.
Yeah,
for all
dope.
the people who talked about her and said she was stiff. Baby girl came out. Niece has come out and she is out dancing Beyonce sometimes on the routine.
Right.
And it's really cute to see her right next to Beyonce and doing
it's
the
great.
routine.
And now the other girls in it, the other little girls are showing up
the
now.
little Rumi comes out for that song, her song that's on the album.
She put out the rock dynasty shit. And Beyonce was like, yo.
She makes sure every time she comes out, she does something. Every single time. That little girl said, I'm gonna have my shine.
It's the rock bastard. She said it's the rock bastards.
She's like, I'm gonna have my
My
shine.
daddy said it's the rock.
I don't know what they be putting her up to, boy.
Yo, shout out to them, man. I love it. I love
yes,
it, you know what I'm
I
saying?
do.
And shout out to Beyonce and Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? Hold on real quick. Shout out to Beyonce and Pharrell.
Okay.
At Pharrell's show, when he came out after the fashion show in Paris Fashion Week.
Yes.
Pharrell came out to, do his little waving at everybody and thanking people. And he went over to to greet Beyonce and Jay. He gave Beyonce a little Louis purse.
Yes.
Right? A little Louis purse. That's probably not even out yet or some shit. And she went and did a little lean up on the vehicle with the purse in her hand with the Levi's on. I mean, yo, it's just
perfect.
It's just the branding is just you. I heard someone say you can't buy that type of marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like in the branding, that shit is fire.
Genius. Now everybody's looking for a bag that's $41,000. I didn't look it up. No, I'm just saying. I already knew. Trina, don't do it. Don't look. You've been looking for your first bag. Don't do it, Trina. That ain't it. That is not it.
That's not it.
If he handed it to her, don't do it.
That don't even do it to yourself.
Don't do it to yourself.
So yeah, shout out to them. That was a dope moment, and you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Pharrell too, man. He doing this thing over there. Listen, them goddamn Adidas jellyfish joints that he got the clips wearing.
Baby, just go ahead and get them.
They're not out yet. They don't come out until
September?
August or something like that. And they're 300. And I'll probably end up getting them.
Just go ahead and get in the raffle.
Oh my God.
Just go and get in the raffle, whatever that thing is.
It's going to be stupid.
Because I ain't never seen you this excited about a pair of sneakers.
Yes, you have, but it's been a long time.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
It's been about 2 years.
Maybe I had to look at my collect. You know what I'm saying? And see those. I'm a Monier J's. I went crazy over them shits.
The two pair that you wound up getting?
I got 3, but yeah.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, I got the 2, and then I got the other one too. But you know, listen, this is not a sneaker shop. They're right there. You know the ones, the 3s.
I know. I didn't realize that you also got a 3rd pair.
Yes, you did. You just don't remember.
No, I know. I didn't see that.
Joe
shit.
and I unboxed them, and I remember I said I went on there to get their women's sneakers, and I went on there to get them for you, but your size was out, and then I got them for myself.
You know what? I do remember that shit. Because I'm thinking like, how you gonna get 3 pair and not get me a pair? And now I remember.
That's not exactly the way it went, but I let you live with that.
I'm thinking that, but you really went on it for yourself.
So, moving on down the road, as we touched on earlier, we just got back from Tuscany. Shout out to us, Tuscany.
Yes, we did.
We went to Tuscany for Trina's Wine Retreat 2025. Holla!
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll let you do whatever you want to do with this, and then I'm going to do whatever I want to do with this, and we're going to do whatever we want to do with this.
Okay.
How you feel about it?
I feel great. It was more than a year in the making. It was probably a dream.
Oh. Those who had the harp in here. My baby.
It was probably a dream come true.
Yes.
I definitely didn't think it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be good. It was gonna be fun. It was gonna be amazing. I didn't expect it to be that amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy, baby. Crazy.
For the first time, me hosting a trip, and for all that I went through to get this trip done, from the cancellations to the people who said they were going, who didn't go, to all of the things, just all the things. Last minute push to get a replacement that didn't happen for, the numbers and just all of the things.
I gotta get you Kleenex.
Okay.
Keep talking to the people if you want.
It was beautiful. It was something that I will never forget. It is something that changed my perspective on wine. It made me want to geek about wine again, want to geek out. I enjoyed drinking wines in their region, in their habitat of origin. I enjoyed the camaraderie, the welcoming that we experienced from the wineries that we went to visit, and from the people in Italy, from the medieval cities that we went to the staff at the villa that we stayed in, to everybody that we interacted with on that trip. Just so welcoming and made us feel like family.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to the people out there.
Yeah, the group that we had was a great group. We were a group of 11, and there were family. My aunt, my aunt Wendy came.
The entertainer. Listen, we gotta come up with a stage name for her because she is a riot.
Aunt Wendy came. My sister-in-law, Sharita, came.
Shot Money XL, my sis.
And the rest of the group was just great. Lawanda, Jill, Tamika, Shantae, Big Mark.
Big Mark.
Alex,
Yep.
Dana.
Yep.
It was so
Auntie,
great.
Auntie Lawanda?
I said Auntie
Okay,
Lawanda. Auntie Lawanda. It was so great, and stepping out of my comfort zone and doing this because I've never ever done this before.
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
It was the beautiful thing. And you did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did it. And I'm a firm believer in you're wanting to do something, accomplishing it, and no one can ever take that away. You did it. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations. I'm proud of you for pulling this off. It's not really pulling this off, but for doing this. You know what I mean? Like you said, stepping out of your comfort zone, and knocking this shit out. And so there's a lot of business involved in this. There's wine involved in this. There's human interaction involved in this. It's a lot of layers involved when it comes to doing something like this. And you manage those things, and you've been taking notes along the way. So the next time is going to be even better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and that is not to imply that there was something wrong with this. No. This trip was like, it was like a perfect trip, yo.
It was perfect. And the price for what we got, it should have been higher.
Can I go on a rant?
Go for it.
You talking about going to Tuscany for how many days? 7 nights?
Full days. 7
full days, right?
Yeah.
7 nights. Mm-hmm. You're talking about room and board, right? We're talking about breakfast and dinner every day. We're talking about
wine with dinner
every night. And I'm talking about carafes, multiple. There's a rosé, a red, and a white every night. And if you want more, then they will bring you more. Mm-hmm. We're talking about transportation to and from the airport.
Mm-hmm. 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Sprinter van the entire time, driving you around every single day. We're talking about wineries every day. Mm-hmm. Right, we're talking about tour guides every day. Mm-hmm. Pretty much every day. We had about 4 tour guides, I think. 4 or 5.
Yeah,
we had tour guides almost every day.
Every city.
Yeah, we went to Siena. Uh-huh. We went to was it Pienza? What's the other?
Montepulciano first.
Okay, go ahead, put them in order.
Montepulciano. Mm-hmm. We went for Brunello Day. We went to Montesino.
Okay.
We went to Siena.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Cortona.
Yes.
That was the last day. There's another city I'm missing.
It's not Pienza?
It might have been.
I think it's Pienza.
It might have been Pienza.
We went to all these different towns and cities. We got tours. Mm-hmm. The countryside. You're waking up to a breathtaking countryside. Because we're up in the mountains. Yeah. Right? We were up in the mountains. So there's a big lake. And the whole thing is just centered around this lake. Mm-hmm. We just drove around the lake to different places. And you're talking about breathtaking views every day, son.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It only rained once.
It rained once.
And that was in overnight. And then it was like overnight
cleared
to the
up.
morning.
Yeah,
and then
up.
It was clear.
Did I miss anything? I mean, there's so much included that if you try to piece this together yourself, try to build something like this yourself on your own, it's going to cost you way more thousands of dollars than this cost.
10,000.
Yeah.
10,000 to do it. If we were to try to do it by ourselves, 10,000 each, probably. Yeah. Because setting up the wine tastings at every single place, and at each of those places, we were trying like reserves. They were pulling out bottles for us. They were refilling. They were pulling out the good stuff. So the tastings, they also had charcuterie. They had meats. They had breads. They had special dishes. Every single place we went, laid out for us.
Whether it was the big winery or a small family winery.
Yes. They had stuff out for us at everyone. Yep. And you got the education, you got the story, you got the history, you got all the things. And then we got to tour whatever the nearest medieval town or city was that day with a tour guide for the first 35, 45 minutes. Yep. And then we were free to roam and go have lunch, whatever. Shop on our own, what have you. And
the food was amazing everywhere.
I had my first rabbit ragu.
Yeah, you did.
Peachy pasta. That was one. Then I had the rabbit lasagna. I had
the veal.
You
the
had
slow
the
cooked
the
veal
slow
cheek.
cooked cheek. Yeah, the veal cheek. Listen, we was eating 5-star meals.
It looked like a
everywhere
steak.
we went.
It looked like a steak. It came out with no steak knife, and I was like, they didn't even give me it. And I used my fork. Oh, that's why. Because they slow cooked it for 40 hours before they put it on my plate.
Listen, everywhere we went to the place where I had the ragu, the red sauce, and it was facing the view.
Yes,
it was facing all of Montechino.
Yeah,
come on,
man. Beautiful trip. It's so conflicting for me because I just had the trip of a lifetime to Egypt earlier this year. I'm saying because it was my dream trip.
Yeah.
And then this trip, we listen, going into 2025, we were like, this is, at least I know the numbers guy here.
Yes.
I was like, this is madness. 2 big trips like this.
Yes.
But we pulled it off, and like I said, I was conflicted because Egypt just happened.
It did.
And then and it's like neck and neck for like the greatest vacation of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful thing. Tuscany was great. You did it. Do I go off?
Go.
You did it on your own. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fake communities out. Right? There's a lot of in different areas. There's these families that people like to use this word family and community. A community is a community looks out for each other, right?
Yeah.
A village, a community, you look out for each other. You lend a helping hand if you want, or if it's asked for and you can do it, right? But we don't ask for a lot of help these days. You say good job. You acknowledge, right? You do things like that. And when you have something like this, like this trip, this wine retreat, it shows it's like a revealer. It reveals things. It shows you who is actually supporting and who's not. And you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and I'm not going to name names or call out any organizations or anything like that. But, if the shoe fits, wear it. But you're probably not watching this podcast either.
Yeah. Or when it gets clipped up, they'll see it.
Oh yeah, we'll clip it up, put it out there. But you know what I'm saying? But thank you though. Thank you. Because all it does is shows you the strength that resides in you already. And the go-getter that you are. All these things. It's better this way.
Yeah.
It's better this way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because now I told you the other day, you did it without these people. Now we got some, you know what I'm saying, people who look out and who says, girl, you did that. Congratulations. Yes. I'm proud of you, things of that nature. And thank you. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my Lodi people.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Renee, you know what I'm saying? Yes. All my friends are extremely happy and proud and have expressed that much, you know what I'm saying, to you. But yeah, man, it's just an interesting thing to see. And
silence. The
silence
is noticeable.
The silence is noticeable, and we see you watching.
Yeah,
we can see you watching and not, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging or not, whatever it is. Keep it up, because clearly it worked. Keep it up, it worked. So I just want to throw that out there, man, because you can do whatever you want to do to me, but you ain't mess with my baby like that, man. I'm not playing around with that bullshit. Go ahead.
So do you want me to do your survey now?
Oh yeah. So so you did a survey with a few folks on the tour, on the wine retreat, and so it's an exit survey. So yes, please ask the questions. I didn't hear these questions ahead of time.
No,
so
you left. You were gone.
I was inside pouring the red bubbly that we had and drinking it.
Lambrusco. We walked into this amazing wine shop
while we were waiting for our sprinter van.
For the van, and ended up buying a bottle. We had a free tasting.
Yeah.
Like, listen, just walk around and talk to folks. They give you stuff. You can go anywhere and get a tasting.
I'm gonna say real quick, the last thing you're thinking about doing on a wine retreat to Tuscany is going into a winery where in any village or town that you go to, because you've been drinking wine
all day,
the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's wineries. Every other store is a wine shop.
Yeah.
But for some reason we sat there, we were like, oh, let's go in here real quick.
Yeah.
And it was all
champagne.
It was all sparkling
yes
shop.
And I took their business card. So
they ship. I think they probably ship. A lot of those places ship.
They said they ship for free. Most of the places had free shipping signs.
So we stumbled. We went into there real quick. We didn't stumble because we weren't drunk. I wanted to say that.
Drunk.
And it was really dope.
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
And
really
we bought a bottle of sparkling Lambrusco, and it was premium Lambrusco.
It was fantastic. I took a picture of it. So we can order some more. Anyway, ask away.
So, what was the most memorable part of your experience during the retreat, and why did it stand out for you?
This is an extremely biased situation because I am your husband. So the best part was just being able to be next to you in such a beautiful setting, right? That was the best part. You know what I'm saying? It's just love. You know what I'm saying? So, but let me put that aside. As far as the wine retreat itself, it was a small, the old man,
Il Campino.
Oh my God! So
Chianti Classico.
We went to this very small. This not a wine. Is it a winery or a winemaker? We went to this winemakers.
Yeah, but we were on their vineyard grounds.
Right. Well, when I think about a winery, I think about Cooper's Hawk or some shit like that. Is that considered a winery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we went to this very small winery. I think how much do they pump out a year? 2,000
bottles
a year. Right. It was a very small amount. And the story, just to see how and I guess this is the why, right? Mm-hmm. So, to see how much they care about winemaking, mm-hmm. and how much of a family situation it is. You had the grandfather, mm-hmm. and the grandmother, mm-hmm. right? And you had the uncle, mm-hmm. you had the younger boys.
Yeah, the cousins.
One
was a son and one was the cousin, nephew, right? Or cousin. Yeah.
And they all work in wine. The young man, he said, I have another job, but when I come home, because I live right here, my cousin lives right here, mm-hmm. and they all live right there.
Yep.
They had amazing wine. Phenomenal. So the 2022 and the 2020, phenomenal.
Listen, we got a bottle of the 2020 Reserva coming.
Yes, we do.
We got a
lot of wine.
Yes, we did.
And so that store, that place was amazing. It was an emotional situation for a lot of us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
All of us.
Many
of us.
I had to hold back tears. It's admirable. I envy them because we don't have that in our community. That whole, we are so pressed about kicking our kids out at 18.
Yeah.
When they graduate, you got to go get yourself a job. And I know it's probably with our community and our, the culture here, whatever, it is what it is. I understand why it happens, but we're so quick to do that. And they are like, this is a family business. We don't want to expand. We want to make amazing wine.
Yeah.
And there's pride in the kids to take over the business. Yeah. And I thought that was a really beautiful thing.
Just to give you guys some an idea, paint a picture. We went into their one cellar room and there were just 3 barrels.
3 barrels, yeah.
3. So everything was happening in those barrels, from fermentation to aging to then bottling.
Yes.
Is all happening in a very small room.
Yes.
They were like, okay, we're going to take you into the cellar. And we went.
Like, right here.
We couldn't all fit in. Like, some had to come in and walk out to let everybody else come in and walk out. And then they had a tasting room. And the tasting room was underneath. It was still in the same house. They lived up above.
Yep.
And there was a tasting room off the cellar.
Grandma laid it out for us.
There was this bowl of bread. It was wet bread with cucumber. It was like stuffing, y'all.
Yes.
It was stuffing with cucumber, tomato, red onion.
Yes, onions in there. Yep.
It was in there.
Amazing.
And it paired so well with the wine.
Yeah.
that I was like, okay, I need to know what this is. I need to do this at home.
And all the ladies were loving up on the old man.
Papa.
He had the best day he's had in a long time, yo.
If you've seen my reel, the reel has like 78,000 views of Papa. And he is under the umbrella walking with Jill.
Arm in arm.
Arm in arm. He was so flirty and so much fun. It was just great. And there was a language barrier. He did not speak English.
Nope.
But he hung out with us and he said stuff to the grandson and the nephew to tell us, and it was just
it was dope, man.
That was
a great experience.
When I made that reel, I cried.
Oh yeah, that was fire. It was a big deal for you, baby. This whole trip was a really big deal. It was great because, like you said earlier, it kind of reintroduced you to wine in a way.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying? We drink wine.
Yeah,
we talk wine.
Yeah,
we experience wine, but this was different.
It was different because I've walked away from a lot of wine stuff, just you know, health reasons, and I'm not drinking like I used to, and just a lot of stuff. I'm not doing the content because to do the content, you're drinking, you're receiving bottles and all of that stuff. And then my frustration about not passing my level 3 made me just like extra mad.
Right.
Like, extra mad.
You're going to get that back. I will add in real quick that the first night we got there, I drank way too much wine.
We were smashed.
I did not sleep that night.
Yeah.
I guys, I'm talking about my sleep. The thing, my app said like 45 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And
we had to get up that next morning.
And I got up and ran out with everybody.
Because we went to Montepulciano, Montesino. We were doing all this stuff. We were drinking. And it was early in the morning. Like the tasting was first.
Yes.
It was like at 10. Yeah. And then we went to lunch. And you were on fumes. I felt so bad. I was so worried. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening.
You already know how it is, baby. You know how I do it. Lights, camera, action. Let's go.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's go.
So that happened, and it was just amazing. Okay, so next question. Mm-hmm. How did this retreat support your overall? No, how did this retreat? This is not the question.
You had another question?
That's not the question. Okay. During the trip, what aspect of the trip stood out to you as something that you were just not expecting to experience?
This is funny, but driving up those mountains in the Sprinter van. So the what is it considered?
The villa?
The villa that we stayed in is in a state park. So they can't pave the roads.
Yeah.
And we're in Sprinter van, Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans.
Killing them things.
I don't understand what was happening. You know? Like, how is this possible? And it's not like this zigzag. You have to go zigzag because if you go straight up, it'll be too steep.
Right.
You have to go zigzag to get up this mountain, and that was a completely crazy part. It wasn't like scary. I wasn't, for me at least, but it was just kind of bizarre and crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then along that road, you saw a pig, a gigantic pig that's just chilling over there. You know what I'm saying? Dog. We seen pigs, dogs,
donkey.
The donkey. That was the interesting thing. I didn't conceptualize like this villa is up on a mountain somewhere before we went out there. So that was a complete surprise. Is that a good answer?
Yes,
that was a surprise. That was fun.
That's a great answer.
That was crazy.
Okay, and then finally, what would you tell someone who's considering joining the next Be Well with Trina wine retreat? Because we do have the date.
Yes.
And the contract is almost to me. It might be in my inbox.
Yes.
And I will be announcing it very
soon. What would I tell them?
Yes.
plan on going. Like, go. Don't hesitate. Within your means, of course, but go. It's the experience is a once in a lifetime type of experience. We met new people. We made friends. There were so many different things happening within this trip. My sister, she had a retreat within the retreat.
Oh, she was doing yoga on the
Pilates
side.
outside.
Pilates on the side.
It's be open-minded. All right, so there's a few things. Be open-minded.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be open-minded.
Gotta be open-minded, yo. I know, black folks, y'all, we love sweet wine and we like the same shit, whatever. We want to go to the same shit. You have to think outside the box, right? You never thought about going to Tuscany? There's more reason to go to Tuscany. It is a beautiful place. There were no negative feeling like you shouldn't be here type of vibes.
No.
At all.
Yeah. So we don't want people with negative energy coming on.
No, I'm talking about as a black person going into.
There was no racism.
There was none of that. Everybody was welcoming.
We had a blast.
You had some people who were looking like, wow, there's some black people here.
They'd never seen a black person before.
Yeah, and that's fair.
And we were a group.
Yeah.
A group of black folks. And we was shopping.
And here's my advice to the non-blacks watching and listening. It's cool. Come hang out. Like, come and hang out. This is not a black thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though we are black or whatever, and we attract that, of course. But come rock with it. It was a dope, beautiful, just a beautiful trip, man. And, and if you have the ability, splurge a little on your flight.
Oh,
it's a long flight.
It's a long flight.
It's a long flight. You're gonna want some leg room.
You're gonna want to stretch it out.
Pause.
You're gonna wanna. Gonna wanna. Okay.
You're gonna wanna.
You're gonna wanna, because you will be upset if you were in the wrong type of chair. Okay. For that cross the Atlantic piece.
That piece right there, y'all.
It's 11 hours.
Yeah.
Give or take, depending on where you fly, what airlines you use. We flew Turkish Airlines.
Yeah.
So we did Miami to Istanbul.
Yes.
And then Istanbul to Rome.
Yes.
So look and see. Some people did the other couple, Shantae and Mark. They also did Istanbul.
Yeah.
They did Turkish Airlines to Atlanta. They did Turkish Istanbul to Atlanta and Atlanta, and then Istanbul, and then Rome to Istanbul. That. So
once you lock in for the trip, right? Once you send the deposit, you're locked in. Don't be afraid. Do it, right? Once you lock in, plan out your layover.
Yeah.
Plan out your layover, because you can experience another town.
A stopover city. You can experience the town, or at least experience like the airport if it's a really nice airport. Yeah.
And there's some nice airports overseas.
Yeah.
Rome's airport was fire.
Oh my gosh, Rome's airport. They had the Louis store, the Gucci store, the Fendi, the everything was there. The Ferragamo store was just all in the terminal.
Istanbul's airport was nice as well. Dubai's airport is out of this world. We talked about that already. Yeah. So plan your layover, and then we went in a day early and stayed in Rome for a day.
Oh my God.
We didn't even talk about Rome here.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Rome.
We'll do something else with that.
Yeah, we'll do Rome.
We stayed in Rome for a day. So we got there in the morning, and then we had a hotel, stayed overnight and whatnot. And then we went back to the airport the next day, and they picked us up and took us to Tuscany.
Right.
The Rome leg of this trip was a great time.
It was so much fun.
You was great. I mean, we were dead when we first got there. And we pushed through.
Yeah,
we pushed through.
And we hit the spots.
We hit all the spots, got all the photos and all that kind of stuff. Saw the Coliseum and all those things and whatnot. And then the next day we woke up, with energy ready to go.
Hey.
And, we had a great time that morning before Tuscany. So hopefully I answered your questions well.
Yes, you did.
For my testimonial.
Yes, your testimonial.
My testimonial on the Tuscany trip. Once again, super proud of you.
Thank
Happy
you.
that I could be a part of it.
Thank you.
I hope to be able to do it again. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there in this spring or not. We kind of talked about that a little bit and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And yeah, man, love you, man. Great job.
Love you too.
Great job. Shout out to you. Man.
Thank you.
Shout out to you. Look at that horn. Some horns. Fucking horns.
And then, as a result, upon returning, I hit 10,000 followers.
And you hit 10,000 followers. Holla. Turn them shits up, son. Turn them shits up.
I told y'all.
I think I got rid of that.
You took her off?
I got that over there.
Man.
Told y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, good job on that, yo. 10K. Things start moving a little bit different. We're about to run out of time here, but
photographers, get at me.
Yeah.
I need
some headshots.
I need a new media kit now that I'm at 10K so I can pitch myself. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Good shit, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us some more about this 10K situation, baby.
So I just want to give some historical content to this. For a long time, my page was Chick on the Scene, and I was doing a lot of wine content, and I was stuck in the 9,000s, 9,300 kind of space.
Yep.
Since 2023.
Right.
I could not cross over that barrier. I was stuck. I don't know what was happening. Oh, I know what was happening. Inconsistencies and no plan. But
right.
It just, it wasn't like I just hit it. No, there were some things that I had to do. I had to learn some things about the algorithm. I had to learn some things about posting. I had to learn about what Instagram pumps versus what Instagram doesn't pump. What's working in my favor, learning about using trending sounds, learning about putting the content out consistently every day. I did 30 ways to be well for the month of June.
Yep.
Every single day I posted. I posted
Shout out to that.
39 times out of 30 days.
Nice.
Which was crazy because I was never posting every day. And Instagram rewards you for posting every day. When you do show up on that platform, they pump your stuff out more.
And let's be clear, you invested in yourself, running ads.
I did run ads as well, but that's not going to be sustainable. I can't be running ads all the time. So I have to do the content that people find interesting enough to share.
Well, yeah, running ads is going to pull them in,
right.
Expose you to more people, and hopefully pull them in. But you still have to put the content out to keep them there.
Yes, to keep them there. So
and then get engagement up.
Yes. So thank you to those who follow. If you don't know, my Instagram page is at Be Well with Trina.
Yes.
And you'll see my face.
Yes.
And I'm just very grateful. I understand that when I have these numbers, it is easier for me to pitch myself to brands. It's also easier for brands to look at me as a possible collaborator.
Yes.
Which is income.
Yes. Support the business, y'all.
Yes.
Support the business, y'all. Good job. You got it. You know what I'm saying? You knocked that out. You know what I'm saying? A little more applause going on there.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for making sure I posted every day. You would ask me sometimes, like, did you do your post today?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You don't want to slack off on those things. I mean,
No.
it's difficult to do. It's not easy to do.
Even on vacation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I was stressed. I was scheduling my post.
Yeah.
When we were in Tuscany, I was scheduling the post for later because the time difference, so that the post would pop when my normal demographic was online.
Yeah, that was a tricky thing. And I think it really did work against us.
Sometimes.
Being over there, posting or whatever. Even when you post local time, Eastern Standard Time, while we were in Italy, it didn't hit the same because of where we physically were. You brought that up.
Yes.
Well, you brought it up and that whole that whole scenario or whatever. Now I was like, I think you're right about that.
Yeah, it wasn't getting shown to my people when I was scheduling, when I was posting it, and it was just 6 hours. Come on, it just is what it is. But I gained some Italian followers.
There you go.
Hey. Hi, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. You know, things start happening differently when you hit that number.
Yes.
It just really does. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So,
I noticed that more people are following more strangers.
Yeah.
More people are commenting, strangers commenting. And my goal is just to share stuff that encourages people to want to be well, to possibly want to hire me.
Yeah.
And to just find stuff that resonates with you, and you know.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
And shout out to James too over Tuna Fork. You know what I'm saying? Our brother James, he
Hey,
hit
James.
10K some time back.
How you doing?
Recently.
How you doing, Tuna Ford?
Yeah, I mean, he went viral, and
Yes.
the virality of his situation allowed him to get over 10K.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love James.
Yeah, that's our guy right there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him too, man. Is you ready for the unhinged news?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Buckle up, baby. It's time for Trina with the unhinged news of the week. Y'all been out there showing your ass, and we about to talk about it.
Oh my gosh. I had something that I thought I wanted to talk about, but there was too much other craziness going on. So we're gonna leave it mostly in the state of New York, okay?
Okay.
First we're gonna talk about the New York Democratic primary for mayor that happened.
Yeah.
The candidate who won, Zohran Mamdani, was not who everybody expected to win it. And
Over Cuomo, right?
Over Cuomo. And we know that Eric Adams, the current sitting mayor, is still the independent candidate for this thing. So about a week or two before the campaign, the actual date of the election, I started noticing a lot of people that I follow who live in New York City sharing Mamdani's Instagram.
Yeah.
And they were saying, this is who New York needs.
Yep.
And they were saying anybody but Cuomo, ABC, anybody but Cuomo. Like they were talking about, you know, his sexual assault claims, his not sexual assault, sexual harassment claims as governor. The women actually have come forward to give their testimonials about what they experienced in the workplace by him. And people were saying that he is not what New York needs. And Mamdani actually won and has everyone shooketh.
Shook. All the rich people.
All the rich people, both Democrat and Republican, are seeming really bothered by this man. You know, he is a state assemblyman for Queens. Yeah. Right now. So he's very what do you call it, junior in his political career, I guess you could say.
And he's a socialist,
and
which is the dirty word. They like to make that a dirty word.
Listen, the people talking the most are the dumbasses who voted for Trump. Y'all listen to any soundbite by anybody and will just be ushered along to just go with the flow, because look who y'all elected. Like, really.
But the craziest part though is the Dems. They are very loud about this. They are completely against him. You got the rich people like 50 Cent was against him. You got rich people against him because he's a quote unquote socialist, and they feel like, you know, they don't want to pay more taxes and help people.
I don't understand, because at this point the country just passed forward the beautiful bill that's going to kill everybody in taxes. Right. So please save it. Like, really.
And he's Muslim.
And he's Muslim.
He's young. He's Muslim. He's a socialist.
Folks are stressed.
Yep.
You never realize, as a person born and raised for primary years of my life, how racist New York can be until they decide to show how racist they really are.
Yeah.
It is just the reality. Bigoted, very much so, and very much so segregated.
Oh gosh, yeah.
In many instances.
The United States is segregated. Everything is segregated.
Yes. So Mamdani took to Instagram because our representative of these United States made some claims against him. And so he took to his Instagram it was 3 days ago, and he said, the president of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp and deported. Not because I have broken any law, but because I will refuse to let ICE terrorize our city. He said his statements don't just represent an attack on our democracy, but an attempt to send a message to every New Yorker who refuses to hide in the shadows. If you speak up, they will come for you. We will not accept this intimidation.
How about that, man? How about that?
The fact that the office is using its powers to threaten potential candidates.
Yep.
He didn't win.
And U.S. citizens.
And U.S. citizens.
He's a naturalized citizen,
They're
right?
talking denaturalization of people.
Yes.
Where is this in the Constitution that you could just willy-nilly flip it
Snatchy
and decides to, denaturalize? Child. Okay.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Okay, so that is where we are. So as it stands right now, the race consists of Mondani, Eric Adams, who is listed as an independent, the current sitting mayor, Curtis Sliwa, who is the Republican representative, and then we have Andrew Cuomo, who is saying that because he still qualifies,
The independent.
he can also run because he hit the numbers or whatever to qualify to still place himself in the election, which would, throw this election crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be some nastiness. You know, they're looking for something on him. They're gonna do something nasty, just like they did Bernie. Like they did Bernie dirty as well. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to do the same thing to him. You know, they're this dirty word. I was telling my boys in the chat the other day, Democrats have a marketing issue when it comes to socialism. They're overall, but then when it comes to this whole socialism thing, this is a marketing thing. They need to take ownership of it and you know what I'm saying, and stop fighting it.
Yeah,
because they fight it. They fight it too. It's disgusting. They just want the status quo. They want the same old in there.
Socialism is a political and economic system where the people collectively own or control the means of production rather than private individuals or corporations.
And y'all voting against it. Y'all people voting against it. Y'all got Bernie out of here.
These are the same people who elected you know who?
If Bernie would have won, we would all be high right now. He's gonna legalize weed on day one. Come on, people.
Listen, these are the same people who have not been in a civics class in umpteen years.
Don't get us started.
And when they were in a civics class, they still didn't pay attention.
You know, Trina was paying attention in class, so she know a lot of shit that, I was skipping class and stuff.
I am a former civics teacher. I am a former world geography teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Let's go.
Okay, so next, still in the great state of New York, we have, do you want to play the Instagram, the reel that you sent me last night?
Oh, shoot. Let me see.
We're going
there.
We're going to go there because I personally love this guy. And I don't know what the hell happened and what Kool-Aid he's now sipping. Because let's just set the scene. The Diddy trial has been going on for about 8 weeks, okay? And various people have been covering Diddy, giving their takes on what has happened in the trial. There's so many people that I follow on socials who give their takes. Some of them are legal, like lawyers, like what's the girl's name? The Simone Redwine. I follow her. She's a lawyer.
Yeah.
She does a thing. She's appeared on some podcasts that I listen to. I watch Armand Wiggins. Yes, I do watch him on YouTube because he was one of the first YouTubers who was attending the trial and coming home every night and streaming, giving you what happened in the court.
Yeah.
Armand Wiggins. And then there was suddenly one of my favorite journalists who's been around since the hip hop days of my youth. I mean, he's only a little bit older than me. We might be the same age.
Yeah.
Touré has all of a sudden on TikTok, since the case, started to give Diddy microphone testimonial.
He's been killing Diddy.
He's been getting
killing Diddy.
Okay. Every single day, and to the point that I would share them. I would send them to you.
Yes, I enjoy watching them.
I follow Touré on Threads and Twitter. I'm sorry, not Twitter, TikTok, because you can get it right away as soon as he posts it, and he's like standing with his microphone.
Yeah,
and
he has his style is really.
It's good.
He's really
like
good.
He's got a good shtick. So
yeah.
Since he's been killing Diddy and even
every day
talking about a relative that Diddy essayed that he had got a job to work for him, he gave the actual story in one of his testimonials.
Didn't he talk about Diddy trying to kill him one night?
Yes, he also talked about when
they chased him in the car.
Yes, he also talked about Diddy being mad about an article that he wrote about him.
Yeah, threatening him and stuff.
Yes. So a history of his experiences with him. So
then after the verdict and everything,
verdict dropped.
His
Diddy's boy, whoever this dude is, decides to.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Hold on, I'll play it real quick. Let's see.
So during my days of going to the trial, I came to know Carlucci, one of Diddy's oldest friends and kind of an unofficial spokesperson throughout this situation. After the verdict, I run into him in the cafeteria and I just say, "Congratulations, because Diddy's his man." And he says, "Thank you, that's it." About 3 hours later, I run into him outside the building and he pulls me aside and he says, "So I spoke to Puff and I told him I saw you." And he said, "Tell the brother we're good, that whatever was said or reported in the past is behind us. We're all moving forward." I asked him to say it again for my TikTok just so I could have it recorded, and he did.
T, I just want to say that Puff pretty much is like no hard feelings.
Really?
Yeah, he said, and he want to tell you, he understands your journalism and there's no hard feelings. He's moving forward with his life. Anything that he has ever had any issues with anybody, which he just said never had an issue with you at all.
Okay.
He said you and him never had issues.
Okay.
And then I told him I ran into you. He said, "Tell you, said what's up," and no hard feelings.
Okay. I appreciate that.
You received that?
Yes, I do. And I hear you. I hear you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. I'm media. I'm covering what I think is happening. I am not rooting for an outcome. I am not incentivized for one outcome or another. I did not want a particular outcome here. I wanted to describe what I saw happening as we were going through it. I think he understands. I was never anti-Puff. I was covering the story as I saw it. I never wanted him to go to prison. I never wanted a particular outcome in this case, but I certainly don't want him or anyone really to go to prison. I'm basically a prison abolitionist. I think most prisoners, except if they violently harmed another human body, most of them should be let go.
Stop it right there.
We should not be incarcerating people as human beings at all. So I certainly wasn't rooting for him to go to prison.
She couldn't get to sleep last night.
I just wanted to tell people what I...
Torre.
Oh, man.
We, the hip-hop community, love you and respect you.
And we still do.
And we still
Robert
do.
Torre.
But, dude, what are you doing?
Dog.
You are backtracking the last 2 months of microphone conversations that you've been having with us? Please.
You have been very direct, talking about how much of a menace Diddy is and where he should be.
You called him a monster. You called him a menace. You even insinuated that possibly something with Kim going through things, the same things that Cassie went through. You said that. I watched that on your TikTok.
Right.
And we know that Diddy probably got a phone and he probably watched it on TikTok too while he was in prison. So he's letting you know that he's seen it. And we all know that nothing has changed. Yeah. He hasn't learned anything. He's performative.
That's an assumption.
Okay.
That's an assumption.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he could be a changed man. He could. As a human being, he could. Spending all that time in prison, in jail, could change a person. You have to. You have to give him that much. We're not giving him anything, but you just saying, anybody can change.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is crazy.
But to walk it back to, I'm a prison abolitionist.
I'll walk it back.
A prison abolitionist, Torre? Come on, son. Really? This is what we doing?
Oh gosh, hilarious.
I am flabbergasted And this goes to your conversation that you've been saying all along.
What have I been saying?
You've been saying that people are might have to answer to Mr. Combs if he gets out.
I don't
if
know
his money is still green, is he going to be tapping people like he sent his boy clearly to tell him, hey, he said there's no hard feelings. Really? Okay.
We don't believe you.
We don't believe you.
We don't believe you.
At all. Zero.
But that's saying, hey, he been watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you know what he went back and said, I saw the kid Torre out in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's
Then
been
he
conversations.
said, you know what I'm saying? Send him a message.
We not stupid.
Come on, son.
We've been listening to 8 weeks of testimony of all the crazy shit that he's been doing. We not stupid.
Again, I will say this maybe for the last time. If the nigga gets out, and he's not even out yet. He's still.
He's sending messages.
He didn't get the life sentence. So
Right.
somebody said he gonna be home one of these
Yeah.
days. People might have to answer, yo. That's a simple
Answer
thing.
to what though? What is he? What would he be stupid enough to do at this point? If you start behaving in the same way that you behaved prior, right now it's real time. I think people won't be afraid to call the police.
He could be a changed man. He could not be a changed man.
Right.
The ego is a serious thing. The ego with the money involved is a more serious thing. That's a serious thing, yo.
Do you?
So the nigga might think he is Superman.
Do you think he still has henchmen like the guy that came over to send the message?
That's
Do
an
you think-
assumption. We don't know this guy.
Do you think that he has henchmen ready to do things for him?
Yes. Of course he has people. He has money.
He can't touch every single person.
He can't. He can't. I'm not
but
saying
why
that.
why would you possibly use your organization or your power after you just got off trial?
Because you just got off.
Wow.
He did all those things. He did.
Yeah.
He did these things.
He did that shit.
They're alleged, but we believe that he did these things.
Like 50 said.
All these stories came out and whatnot.
He did that shit.
He did that shit. All these stories came out. You know what I'm saying about him in trial and so on and so forth and whatnot. You know, we believe a lot of this stuff, if not all of it. So he's a menace and whatnot. So, you know, either he's a changed man or he's not. And if he's not, niggas might be a little careful. You might need to be a little careful out here.
Tori, please don't take the interview.
Oh man.
Don't take the interview, Tori.
Ooh, man.
Please don't take it.
We did
And we
not
know
expect
he's
that.
gonna go on his redemption tour. I don't know if Oprah's gonna sit down. Maybe Gail.
Right.
Somebody. Don't take it, Tori.
Amen.
Don't take it. I know
Take
it
that,
looks
take that,
good.
take that.
I know it looks good and it's exclusive and all of that. Don't take it, Tori. Please. We love you. Please don't.
What else you got? You got anything else? That was pretty unhinged. That was very unhinged. I was in bed laughing. I sent this to her. She's right next. Her shoulder is touching my shoulder.
Yeah.
I sent her this because that's what we do. You don't just show it on your phone. No, I'm gonna send it to you.
Send
And
it.
then I sit there and look over to the side, waiting for it. And while she's watching it, she's doing the same thing that I was doing when I was watching it. You thought that he was gonna turn right.
Yeah.
And he turned left.
Come on.
You said, wait a minute. Where's he going? Oh my goodness, he turned left again. He did a whole 180.
He said
He did a whole 180.
a prison abolitionist.
Hey, you got nervous when he said, I appreciated that sentiment. Huh?
What? I'm in the bed like, are we doing this?
Oh, y'all.
Are we
man.
doing this? Is Charlemagne next?
The way of
Is
the world,
he
baby.
gonna back it back too?
Ooh, I want to see some backtracking.
Is Diddy gonna buy NBC next?
Cause we do have a few people coming out, you know what I'm saying, celebrating, you know, his victory. Cause they do look at this as a victory. Him having the 2 minor charges, you know what I'm saying. All the major shit is gone. People are looking at it as a victory, and I think it is a victory for him. And you know, you have some people coming out making their little Instagram or Twitter posts.
Who made a post?
Boosie did, and somebody else. I can't remember.
I
There was
think
a couple of people I
Tyrese. They
saw.
said Tyrese. said
Probably.
something.
And listen, I ain't knocking nobody for supporting Diddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't knock nobody because
Problematic. I find that as a woman.
well, some people you have to give a little grace. Not everybody knows everything. So some people are like, I never saw these things when I was around him. They might have heard some things, but they never saw these things when they were around him.
If the video ain't enough of him beating the brakes off of Cassie in front of the elevator, what else is there?
Right.
Or does that matter? It doesn't matter if domestic doesn't matter and you could just beat on women?
It does matter. But when you have a relationship with someone, like if someone that I hold dear to me, I saw them do something like that egregious. It's not the first thing to my mind is not to just disconnect from them, period, and not be their friend again. I love this person. If I love a person, I'm not saying that they love Diddy. I don't know their relationship, but I'm just saying, just in human interaction, when you love someone, you don't just cut them off because they did something bad. Like I have family that have actually killed someone and went to prison for killing someone and got out. And when they got out, there's a hug waiting for you. There's love there still. They're family. I love them. I'm not going to just cut them off just because they did something egregious like that. You understand that? Is that foreign to you?
I mean, I walk away from people.
I walk away from people too. But you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that you can love somebody that did something bad.
Yes,
like a mother loves the child who was a murderer. I get it.
Yeah,
you're always going to love your child and they're just a murderer.
Yeah,
but
happens.
As a woman, I'm speaking from the woman standpoint of this.
Understood.
That the overarching feeling of many women, I don't speak for all women, but for many women, is that it's just acceptable to beat a woman. And people are going to look past it and be like, oh man, it's acceptable to pimp a woman out. And fly her and make her have sex and have men urinating in her mouth and making her have sex while she's got UTIs with 3 and 4 men in one night. And that's okay.
Right. But there's women supporting him too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So
I know.
I
know. It's maddening.
Yeah.
It's absolutely maddening as a woman to feel like you can make an excuse for him. Now, I know Mama Combs is going to make an excuse, but he got to answer his daughters.
Yes, he does. I mean, hey man, listen, I'm not in that circle. I'm not in that family. I just know how it goes as human beings and whatnot. And we just can't expect everybody to just turn their backs on him because of what he did.
But many aren't turning their backs because they see a financial gain in their future.
1,000% correct. Because that's the other side of it. Like I made the love argument.
Yeah,
there is an opportunist argument.
Yeah,
here.
I held you down. I didn't say nothing. I'm cool with you. I don't have no problem. Let's get that single.
Yeah, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if the money's still green, niggas, it ain't just them. It's capitalists. It's money. It's people that love money will do strange things for it. He'd be a buzzkill there, but That's what people do, man.
I was gonna talk about the LaGuardia incident, but we don't care.
We don't care. We just that's the end of the Unhinged.
That's the end of Unhinged. Torre, you killed my Unhinged news.
Oh man. So let me see. Let's take a quick break real quick.
Okay, cool. Okay.
You ready to talk about what we're watching?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
We're the Where's Brunch podcast, as you can see. And here's what we're watching on TV.
Excuse me, partner. Can you keep that shit down? You see me watching TV.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've just finished The Bear. We came back from vacation. This is season 4.
4.
Yes, and it was definitely different than season 3. I guess the writers heard our complaints about the artsy, fartsy rendition of season 3, and they decided to give us some deeper character stories this season. Mm-hmm. We got to see Ayo, the black girl Sid. We got to see some storylines for her. We got to see her first taking her braids out. I love it. Hello, black girl. And then going to her cousin to get her cousin to rebraid her hair. I love it. And bonding with her her cousin's child. And just, and teaching, cooking, just the basics, just working with her, showing her things, asking her to help and stuff. And the unfolding of everyone facing their major challenge, their big problem, their inabilities to communicate. Carmine, the star.
Yeah.
He has a lot of layers of issues.
Yeah.
He's
working
got
on them.
PTSD from growing up with a mother who is Jamie Lee Curtis. She is wild. Lot. And he's trying to work through those issues of his mom. He's working through the issues of losing his brother. He's working with the issues of screwing up a relationship that was really great with Claire. And the whole thing about the restaurant and where the restaurant was going. This whole season is about the clock running out on them staying open because Uncle said he's being bled dry. He can't pay no more. He ain't got no more money.
Yes.
So that is the gist of the season. We see some really great developments, and in the end leaves us with a serious question.
I have some issues with this show.
Really?
Really? Are you being sarcastic right now?
No, okay, I know one thing. I know one thing you have an issue with.
There's a few things.
Okay.
I think they waste a lot of time in this show. The dialogue, the interaction between any two people it just takes it's excruciatingly long. Mm-hmm. They're over dramatic. I feel like these extra close up shots of people just staring at each other.
The pregnant pause. The
pregnant pauses are just a plethora of pregnant pauses throughout this show.
But do you think, I didn't mean to cut
Go ahead.
Do you think it was a way to show how terrible they were at communicating?
No. They show that through the shouting matches that happen every 2 seconds. So I already understand that they don't communicate well. They show that through the shouting matches that happen over and over again. I despise it. Mm-hmm. And they're just so dramatic, you know what I'm saying? And it's like not even human. It's like people don't do this. And I know it's TV, getting a little fly from getting attacked by a fungus gnat from a plant. I understand the art. I'm an artsy person, right? Mm-hmm. To a degree. Yeah. I understand it. I get it. But it's like OD on it. And it's like the character development was, they show more about how much further along in their development are we after season 4 than we were after season 2. Like we don't, Carmine and his mom, they're on these parallel paths to getting better at life. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's good. Uh-huh. Right. He's learning how to do things, how to say how he feels, and he's learning how to interact with people. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's good. That's good. Cousin is exactly where he was before. Homegirl, the black girl, is exactly where she was before. Yeah. Everybody.
Sid she did have that blurb where she let it all out to Carmi when she found out about the contract.
Yes, I understand that and whatnot, but she's where she was before though. Her character hasn't developed so much. Okay.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the characters pretty much are where they were before. Even Carmine, he's still where he was before. He's just trying to do better, which is good.
I had so many questions about Maddie's character.
Maddie, which one is that?
Big guy.
Okay, yeah, Maddie Matheson, yes.
I have so many questions.
Why do they treat him like a baby?
Why do they treat him like a baby? And everyone talks to him like a baby. Like, baby, what's wrong, baby? Tony, what do you need, sweetheart? Baby, I love you. I want to know why.
Have I ever told you I hate baby talk? I hate baby talk, even for babies. Yeah. It's just little things about this show annoy the shit out of me. And that's an interesting thing. That is, you pointed that out during the show. And I'm like, what is that about?
Why does everybody talk to him
For one
like
person,
this?
I get it. If they have a thing.
Sugar. Him and Sugar.
Yeah, but
I saw everybody. Claire was talking to him like that. Yeah. Sugar's best friend was talking to him like that. Yeah. Like, what is going on?
There were things there were certain scenes that I really like. I like the under table scene. That was really dope.
Under the table was amazing.
I even like how ridiculous it was because
kept growing.
when she was there under there by herself, it was a small little table.
Yes.
And then it ended up being like this long ass
Yes.
table, and you know, clearly that was funny, and that was a cool scene right there.
I think that was an award-winning scene.
It could be. That was really good.
I
That was
think
really good. They did a good job with that.
I think that episode, if they submit that for the Emmys,
Yeah.
it's gonna win.
You know, where did they go?
I don't know, because they were out of the fuck zone. They were in the better zone. So, but Uncle was selling his house or trying to sell his house. So it kind of gave me the feel like Uncle was selling the house to give more money to help keep the restaurant open.
Right.
But Computer talked to Meathead about the possibility of opening more sandwich shops, which could really bolster
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they were gonna do more with that.
Yeah, they cut that.
They cut that. They cut that.
They cut that. So don't come to the next season 5 and then all 3 of the sandwich shops are open now.
They might. So yeah, that was it was an interesting season. You know, maybe my things are nitpicky. It could be. It's just personal stuff. It's like, come on, man.
I love the black guy, the pastry chef's development.
Yeah, he's dope. He's gotten better.
He
got acknowledged.
Finally.
Yeah, he got acknowledged and stuff, which is really dope.
I mean, he kicks ass on those pastries.
Yeah, he crushes
the things that since he came back from, where was it, Brussels?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think that's where since he came back from there, he's been on fire with developing these desserts.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the blue sugar?
Powdered sugar.
Blue powdered sugar. I think was it blue cane? What was it? It was blue something. It was amazing. It looked amazing.
Yeah, overall, the show is good, but it's like I was growing tired of it.
Gotcha.
Just their style, the style of shooting.
Okay.
Really was getting to me, and just like I said, the interactions between people, like these long, big-eyed, my eyes are big, and I'm looking into your soul moments between every fucking body all the time. It's like, Jesus Christ, say something, do something.
Yeah.
Why are we still at the scene? The episodes are only like 32 minutes long, and a scene can be 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we got nowhere. Nowhere. We still don't know why he went to that architect's house.
No.
Remember he went to did that tour of the house? I don't understand why that was in there.
And they didn't spend a lot of the season in the restaurant either.
No.
So
right,
so it was cool. It was cool. I don't know where it goes. I saw online some people were like, yeah, the bear is good. Yeah. Y'all can wrap this up. They're like, it should have been wrapped up at the end of season 4. Like y'all can wrap this shit up.
Wow.
So
but it's winning awards.
Yeah, it won awards. It is what it is. I mean, who am I to tell somebody not to be creative? Yeah, keep going. If you got it, they gonna put money behind it. Keep going. They already got renewed for season 5.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? So
I would just love maybe if they made the show longer, make it 40 minutes. Give us something.
Not if it's gonna be. That just means it's gonna be 20-minute pregnant pauses. I'm not here for that shit.
I understand. I do. I mean, I hear your frustration every time. You're like,
I'll be trying not to ruin it, Trina, because we sit there watching. I'm like, come on, dude. Fucking say something. That's why there's been a couple times where I went to the kitchen to get something. Like, there's no need to pause this. Just let it go, please. Let it fucking play out. I'm gonna go get some popcorn, some ice cream or something. Yeah. Jeez, but it's a dope show at the end of the day. It might sound like I don't like the show. It's not that I don't like it. It's just certain things about it that just get on my nerves, yo. Sorry, we're not completely on the same page on this one.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it happens. It happens.
It's okay, man. Yeah. Jesus Christ, come on, y'all.
Yeah, it is dysfunction at the highest level.
Oh my God, the yelling over each other is. I just like, why do y'all think that this has to be this way?
Because that's how they've been their entire lives.
4 seasons. We have no growth in that regard. It's like this yelling on, and there's times where it's like, why are y'all yelling right now? Why are you yelling what you're saying? You could just say it. You know what I'm saying? Or you could let her finish talking. Then after she finished talking, you can say what you have to say. Y'all don't both have to be saying it at the same time in a loud, high volume.
I remember the season with the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
I was so
You were
overwhelmed.
Yeah, you were overwhelmed.
I was.
It was overload.
I was overstimulated after that episode. I was just like, this is insanity. If anybody's family is really acting like this is insanity.
That's crazy.
That episode was so over the top. It's called Seven Fishes. If you guys haven't seen that episode,
that episode was crazy.
Watch that episode and you'll be overwhelmed too. And
Go get
need a
overwhelmed.
Xanax.
You need some Xannies.
Yeah, you need a Xanny.
You need a Diddy. They can rename those the Diddies.
Oh.
No, just talking shit.
Jeez.
Man, that was the bear, y'all. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's our review. That's what we watched.
On Disney Hulu.
Yeah,
y'all.
all episodes dropped at the same time, so you can watch them all in like a couple of days if you wanted to.
Yes.
It's only 10 episodes, right? I think.
I think so.
No,
You watched it
speaking
so
of-
fast.
Speaking of 10 episodes, Law and Order, I watch Law and Order Organized Crime, and you've jumped in to watch with me. And typically, Law and Order is like 20 something episodes a season. Do you know that season's over? The last episode we watched, episode 10, that's the end of the season of Law and Order Organized Crime, and I'm disgusted at that.
Did you Google what's going on? Is it like on a break? Is it a season break?
This is the end of the season. That episode 10 was a season finale.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and it's usually like 20.
Yo, you go look at Law and Order seasons. They got a zillion episodes.
This is why we should be watching SVU.
Organized Crime is fire. And if you want to jump out and leave it for me, that's perfectly fine.
But
I'm going to continue
why
watching.
we can't watch both?
We can watch both. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the way you said it just now.
Well, I'm just saying that we could watch
Yeah,
SVU.
I'm getting real sensitive when I talk about Organized Crime. It's my show.
See,
My
clearly.
show right there. So you
I
gotta
don't
watch how you talk about it.
understand how you don't want to watch Olivia.
It's not that I don't. I do like the show. It's a dope show, of course. But I just got hooked on Organized Crime, and I was flabbergasted that the season was over. Remember, I said maybe it's on break or something like that. No, I Googled that shit the other day. No, that was a season finale, which didn't feel like a season finale at all.
No, it felt like
Yeah.
more.
So I don't know what the hell's going on, but they're on Peacock now. So that's why they got the curses and all that other stuff in there now in Law and Order. So Law and Order with cursing. If you want Law and Order with cursing, go on to Peacock and watch Organized Crime.
There you go.
Yeah, because the other one I think still comes on NBC.
Okay.
SVU and whatnot.
Okay.
And
It's been so long since I watched regular TV. I don't know what's on there anymore. Or we do a stream.
and we don't even watch Law and Order in real time. We usually watch Law and Order on a binge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these episodes. So now I'm watching and I'm mad because it's over. And, whatever though, man.
That's crazy.
Whatever, yo. Whatever. All right, so we're done with that. What do we want to do? Tune Wars? Want to play some music?
Oh, okay.
You want to do that?
Okay, got it.
You want to do that?
Okay. You going to play yours first?
Yeah, I'm going to play mine first. This is, of course.
We want to let everyone knows what the topic is today?
Oh, Tune Wars. Yeah, so Tune Wars, and this is going to be only for the Patreon folks. But, and I'm going to be cutting you YouTube guys off in a second. Tune Wars is us playing, we pick a genre of music, a specific category of a genre of music, and I'll come with a song. Trina comes with a song. And you guys can comment which one you kind of relate to more, or which one you like more, or whatever you gravitate towards, or whatever. Don't be biased just because Trina's really pretty. Yes, she's pretty, but I'll be playing good songs sometimes too. I know it's easy to just say Trina's song. I might even pick her song sometimes. This week is 90s hip hop remixes.
Okay.
90s hip hop remixes is what we're gonna do.
Remember when that came out?
Yes, I do.
Remember they was passing out the free CDs and the tape?
Yeah, they had the Big Mac.
Yes.
Remember the
box.
Big Mac?
Yes.
It was Biggie on one
Yep.
side, Craig
And
Mack on
Mac
the
on
other
the
side.
Yep.
You know who somebody who had, well, you probably already know somebody, but somebody you might not expect or suspect that had a major hand in that campaign. Not even just a hand in I'm talking about the marketing, like the coming up with the idea and executing that.
Who?
Ducky.
Really?
Yes.
That's right. That was his thing back in the day.
He said it on my old show on Whiskey and Kicks. Yep. Shout out to Ducky, man. Shout out to Ducky and Major. I miss y'all.
Hey, Ducky.
I miss them, yo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was dope.
I think my song won.
Maybe in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You got yourself in some deep shit. Now you gotta peep the remix. Who killed that shit? You crazy?
I mean,
he killed that shit.
But did not everybody kill that shit on Flavor in Your Ear? Think about how much people could not stop playing that song.
It was
like
crazy.
a whole year. It felt like they would not stop playing that song once the remix came. I mean, they were already playing the original version.
Yes.
And then when they put the remix,
listen. One thing you can't take away, Diddy was the master of the remix. Yo, Bad Boy remixes was crazy.
Yeah.
So a Flavor in Your Ear remix was fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
But that Juvenile whole how came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was the introduction of Hot Boys, Juvenile. That song.
Yeah.
He had that video. He was just around the way.
Yeah, in a wife beater.
In a wife beater
with the bandana on his head. Yeah. And I was like, he had a full gold of
the golds in his mouth. It wasn't like the pretty ones.
Yeah,
either.
no, it was like the
he be eating food with them golds in.
Like I can't say. It's wrong. Can't say it.
Yeah, man. Good show. Good show. I had fun.
That was great.
We didn't even get to everything on the board. No. We had a bunch of little shit on the board.
There's so much on the board.
I mean, Drake's abs. That was funny. It was funny that Drake has the abs sculpted out and he ain't got no shoulders, arms, or anything else. It's just abs.
Like, I don't understand. Like, that's like y'all when we talk about the BBL chicks.
Yeah.
Like, you got the booty and then no legs.
He got BBL.
Come on, Drake. You could have got the chest implant.
Big Sean got him too.
Big Sean got him too.
He got him too. Yep. Nigga crazy.
Who is this plastic surgeon that's doing this? That's not giving a full consultation? Nah. Because you got to be like, so if we get this done, you might want to get the top done to match.
Listen, you got to be careful. You get out of control, son. You walking around looking crazy.
But I mean, if you
chest done,
if you're gonna get sculpted abs like that, you look crazy.
Yeah, because the rest of your body don't match.
It's wild.
But I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna hit up Nori. Nori went from a head that looked like mine. No hair, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, looked like he might have lost his hairline. The nigga got braids on top of his head.
He got illustrious growth. Illustrious growth.
Yo, Nori, where'd you go, son? Just DM me, son. Pause.
He might have went to Istanbul. Isn't that where everybody goes?
I go back to Istanbul. I liked it there.
I think that's where everybody gets
they
the
go
hair
to Turkey.
plugs. Yeah.
Yo, if those are hair plug that he got,
that they take it out somewhere else and then they put it.
Why you reaching towards his ass?
Well, I don't know where you take the hair from.
Why you take
that? Okay, maybe his
If that's the case, I don't want it.
I don't know where they take the hair from,
but
they take the hair.
Yo,
it comes in his back.
No, but those can't just be plugs.
No, but
how's it? Because his hair is growing.
Right, but so when you put the plugs in, doesn't that make the hair grow?
I don't know.
Yeah, it makes you put the follicle, you re-stimulate the follicle and make the hair grow.
Yo, son, listen.
Unless he got hair added in.
In a few years, if I don't have an edge up with braids on the top, then Nori never reached out to me. Holla at me, Nori.
You're not kidding.
I'm gonna get braids on top. I'm getting the Nori. Give me the Nori. I'm going to Turkey. And I want the Nori.
Oh my gosh, baby. I like your bald head.
It's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
I'm trying to get an edge up with braids on top at 50. I might be 54 by then. I don't know. Oh, man. Shout out to Nori, yo. Shout out to Drake, too, man. Do your thing, man. Listen.
Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy. Everybody was laughing at Funk Flex when he went and got his liposuction and shit.
Yeah.
And if he likes it, his wife likes it.
Yeah.
And he's happy and healthy. And guess what? The hell with y'all niggas.
I'll take some lipo and those breast lifts.
Listen.
Okay. a lift and some lipo. Ooh, you better be ready. I'm gonna be naked.
It's a lot of
bucket naked.
Oh Lord have mercy. On that note, yo man, it's the Where's Brunch podcast. I'm Brocky.
I'm Trina Marie.
We out of here.
Bye.